From BTS to Marvel's Avengers, here are 7 of the biggest comebacks this 2026. 2026 has only just begun, but it's already shaping up to be a massive year for pop culture. From global superstars to blockbuster franchises, some of the biggest names are returning to the spotlight after a long wait. No doubt, these highly anticipated comebacks are set to become defining cultural moments. K-pop giants BTS and Blackpink return to dominate. Kicking the year off strong is BTS, whose announcement of their world tour made waves around the globe. The members of the legendary South Korean group have completed their mandatory military service and are set to end their 4-year hiatus with a new group album in March. On Wednesday, BTS officially announced their world tour, which will kick off in April, with stops in 34 regions and across 5 continents. There are 79 shows so far, with more tour dates to be announced. BTS debuted in 2013 under Big Hit Music and rose to fame with hits like Fake Love, DNA, and Idol, and later dominating the U.S. market with Dynamite and Butter. The trailblazing group has set multiple records and boasts 5 Grammy nominations under their name. Following BTS' announcement, Blackpink came out with exciting news of their own. They're finally making a comeback with a mini-album called Deadline, which is the title of their ongoing world tour. The EP comes out on February 27th at 12 p.m. Philippine time. Their latest single, Jump, dropped in July last year. Arguably the biggest girl group in K-pop in present times, Blackpink is known for hits like Kill This Love, Bombaya, How You Like That, and Shut Down. They debuted in 2016 under YG Entertainment. Bruno Mars to release new album after 10 years. It's hard to believe that Bruno Mars hasn't released an album in 10 years, but it's a fact. Not counting his Silk Sonic project with Anderson .Paak, the hitmaker's last album was 24K Magic in 2016. His music, however, is timeless. From angsty ballads like Grenade and Talking to Moon to fun bops like That's What I Like and Finesse, Bruno can turn anything he touches into gold. Case in point, his collaborations Die With a Smile with Lady Gaga and 8BD with Rose went on to become mega hits. That said, everyone's looking forward to what Bruno will have in store for the world with his upcoming new album, The Romantic. It is scheduled for release in February 27th. Earlier this month, he already released his first single, I Just Might. The Avengers assemble after 7 years. The Avengers are making a return to the big screen. The Marvel Cinematic Universe's heroes, old and new, are assembling to fight a familiar face, Robert Downey Jr., who's playing the big villain, Dr. Doom. Avengers Doomsday, which will be released 7 years after the 2019 blockbuster Avengers Endgame, is already shaping up to be the biggest movie event of the year. As early as December, the Russo brothers have been releasing teasers and dropping revelations, particularly who to expect in the film, like Chris Evans' Captain America and Chris Hemsworth Thor. Excitingly, Marvel is bringing the OG X-Men stars along to the adventure. Patrick Stewart, Professor X, Ian McKellen's Magneto, and James Marsden, Cyclops. The latest teaser revealed the Wakandans and the Fantastic Four meeting in Wakanda. Avengers Doomsday will premiere on December 18th. Grand Theft Auto 6 brings players back to Vice City. Grand Theft Auto is coming out with a new installment after 13 years. Rockstar Games sparked anticipation following the announcement of Grand Theft Auto 6, which will be set in Miami-inspired Vice City. Based on the trailer, it's full of fast cars, parties, and beachside city views. The video game franchise, created by David Jones and Mike Daly, started all the way back in 1997, with the last installment releasing in 2013. There's no doubt that gamers will be tuning in for the new game's release, assuming it does get released. Rockstar Games has already delayed it a few times. As per the company's latest announcement, Grand Theft Auto 6 will launch on November 19th. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 introduces the culling game, one of the most popular anime series of all time, with a Guinness World Record of most in-demand animated TV show. Jujutsu Kaisen is finally back after 2 years of waiting. After the intense and heart-wrenching second season, the show returned with Season 3, which premiered with an hour-long episode earlier this January. Season 3 is all about the culling game, which puts Okatsu Yuta back in the spotlight. It's bound to be even more intense than the Shibuya incident. Created by Geiji Katami, Jujutsu Kaisen follows Itadori Yuji in his quest to defeat Sukuna, the king of curses. Christopher Nolan returns with Epic after the critically acclaimed Oppenheimer. Based on the life story of physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan has set his sights on Homer. The famous director has gathered a stellar lineup of Hollywood actors, led by Matt Damon, to adapt Homer's epic Odyssey. Damon stars as Odysseus, who journeys to return home to his wife, Penelope Anne Hathaway, and son Telemachus, Tom Holland. The casting has been making waves the past year or so, as the lineup also includes Robert Pattinson, Lupita Nyong'o, Zendaya, Charlize Theron, and many more. The Odyssey is set for an international theatrical release on July 15th. Among Nolan's works are Inception, 2010, Interstellar, 2014, Dunkirk, 2017, and the Batman movie starring Christian Bale. Euphoria continues after 4-year hiatus. Euphoria, the series that birthed a new generation of superstars, not to mention persisting memes, is finally getting a continuation. After 4 years, Season 3 is arriving on HBO, and the characters are still making messes 5 years after high school. Most notably, Cassie Sydney Sweeney is on OnlyFans and engaged in Nate Jacob Elordi, and Rue Zendaya has found herself involved with drug cartels. Sweeney and Elordi are among the cast members who shot to fame thanks to Euphoria. Sweeney went on to star in the rom-com Anyone But You with Glenn Powell, and most recently, The Housemaid with Amanda Seyfried. Elordi, meanwhile, showed off his range by playing Elvis Presley in Priscilla and Frankenstein in Guillermo del Toro's adaptation. He is set to play Heathcliff in the upcoming film Wuthering Waves by Emerald Fennell. Zendaya, of course, was already famous thanks to her Disney and Spider-Man days. Meanwhile, Hunter Schafer has been making waves in modeling and fashion events. Fans are already looking forward to the return of these stars to the storyline of Euphoria, which deals with love, drugs, and social media. And of course, whether we'll get more iconic lines like, BTCH, you better be joking, and is this F King show about us?